Hey y'all, what's up? What's going on? So, I am here because I wanted to go ahead and give my full review on the Black Romance Book Festival that I attended at the end of May. So, the Black Romance Book Festival is basically a book convention slash festival where there are a variety of authors that all come together and we're able to attend some of their panels, book signings, and such, and just overall just have a nice time. Okay. The book festival was my first one. I've never been to one before, so that was my first festival. It took place in Atlanta, Georgia, on Friday, May 29th to Sunday, May 31st. The first day was for registration specifically. The authors had to register first, and then the attendees, such as myself, we had to register effective, I believe it was 4 o'clock. It was 2 when they changed it to 4. And then after that, Saturday and Sunday, we were able to partake in the festivities. So I'll be honest with you guys, because it was my first festival, I was overwhelmed by everything. And it was just so many people there. So I didn't get a whole lot of footage while I was there. I tried to pull out my camera and my phone during the moments where I thought to do so, but I was just so overwhelmed by the event because it was my very first one. So I filmed what I could. Okay, so what I'm gonna do for this video is I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the footage that I did get of the festival, and then I will come back and give my thoughts. So roll the clips.
When I said 2 years ago, did y'all hear that? Yeah. Oh, so y'all heard me. But I never could imagine this, and I thank God. I thank my family. Yeah. If you seen us in the pre-order line, we was going through. We was in the trenches earlier, but we love each other now. I thank God. I thank my family. I thank every person, genuine person that I've met on this journey. My tribe. That met me at Capone, I appreciate you for taking this journey and continuing to take this journey with me. As Capone is ending, you know, the Delgados are ending. Don't make me take my belt off. I'm excited to bring you guys other things. I have amazing things to share, all in due time. I'm grateful, I'm thankful, and I appreciate you guys. And thank you. You know, Big Mama love y'all.
The baby is in Atlanta. I could not. He still came, but this is amazing. This is amazing. Seeing a room full of people dedicated specifically to Black romance. When I remember a point when I was first starting out, there were people that said they didn't want to be put in a box of their books being referred to as Black. And I just want to say, looking around at y'all, I feel like y'all are proof that maybe it is a box, but it's a big ass box.
All right, so what I attempted to do in some of those clips is I wanted to get a widespread of the venue that we were at, so you could see all of those people. Okay, the event was supposed to be for 3,000 people, and if you look at that crowd, it looked like all 3,000 showed up. Okay, and that's just the attendees. The authors were roughly about I think 200 or so authors. I believe I'm probably wrong on that. I'm probably wrong, but yeah, 3,000 attendees. Oh my gosh, it was people everywhere, as you saw in those clips. They had a Black Romance Book Festival app where you can review it and see during what times as to what authors will be doing what. There were certain panels and keynotes going on during certain times, as well as the book signings going on throughout the days. And there was also certain, if you paid for the add-ons, there was like a candle making class and a soap making class. They also had a relaxing or a decompressing room for people who were felt like they were overwhelmed. You can go in that room. They also had some more add-ons. They had what they call Bookchella event, where they had the singer Lloyd there, R&B singer Lloyd, and they also had Jay Holiday, and I also saw that he had a surprise. Lloyd had a surprise guest, which was Carrie Hilson. So I thought that was cool that they had that. Of course, a lot of the add-ons were paid add-ons, and then there were some add-ons that were free. And so when you register on day one, which I was in line for registration about maybe 10 minutes or so, 10, 15, I did meet a friend in line. Her name is Lisa. We now talk on TikTok. And so we weren't in line that long. When you register, when you're called up, you obviously show them your ID so you can prove who you are. And they give you your lanyard. And if you have any add-ons, they put stickers on the back of your tag that's on your lanyard. And basically it'll let you know as to which add-ons that you have paid for, or if you have any free ones, obviously they will put those stickers on. Like if you have Bookchella, they'll put a Bookchella sticker on there, and so on and so forth. And I thought that was pretty cool. I do wish that it was a little bit more organized as far as the registration process goes, because like I said, there were people everywhere, as y'all saw. And so they had these handwritten alphabet tags on the tables, because it's about 6 or so tables, probably more than that, with everything on them, and people going through, registering everybody. So when I was told to walk up, I was in front of the table that was P through Z, and my last name does not start with a P or through anything from P through Z. So I went over to the table where my last name was. And it wasn't until after the fact it was confirmed that they were not following the alphabet anymore. So for me, I just felt like that if you guys were not doing that, you should let people know, or you should just remove those labels off the tables, because that's why I got confused. Because I wanted to make sure that the line moved along smoothly. I'm sorry. I want to make sure the line moved along if I could talk. I wanted to make sure the line moved along smoothly and that I was not the cause for the line being held up. It wasn't until after the fact that they confirmed that they were not going by the alphabet. And it was 2 girls behind me that were being a little catty about it. They didn't think I heard them, but I did. They thought I was cutting them, and I was not. And I tried to confirm, like, look, I'm not trying to cut y'all. I was just trying to follow the line. That was a little unfortunate, but that did not ruin the trip. After I registered, I was able to meet a few content creators that I love and that I follow. I got a few pictures with them, so I'm going to go ahead and put some pictures here. It was a lot of fun. They were all so nice. A few of them even, held a little short conversation, which I thought was dope. It was so cool to meet them. When you see a lot of your favorite content creators online, you never think you'd have an opportunity to meet them, in person. So all of the content creators that I met, I kept all my conversations short and sweet. Gave them an overflow of praises, saying, hey, I love what you do because of XYZ. Keep up the good work. Keep being a light within the book world. Your content is amazing, so on and so forth. And kept it moving. So it was great. I was able to meet some content creators. And then after that, they had the welcome mixer on Friday. They were able to present the crew of the Black Romance Book Fest, the ones that put this whole thing together. Which I thought was dope because they do deserve their praises, because the event was so much fun, and it was so great to be in that space and feel the vibes in the room with your fellow book readers, book lovers. So that was great. They also had a few of the authors there that they gave praises to, which again I thought was so dope. They literally gave them flowers to show them that we love and appreciate everything that they do. And I thought that was amazing as well. A lot of my faves were already in the building. And then they had a raffle that went on as well. After you register, they had these paper slips on all the tables where you fill one out to put your contact information in. And they were putting them in this silver bin. And then you could put it in there so your name can get drawn for the raffle. They had several different things. They had like a tea maker as one of the gifts for the raffle. They had some books, of course. They had, what else did they have? Some Hulking bags, because the girlies, we all had our crates and our totes and our Hulking bags trying to haul all those books back home. So they gave away some Hulking bags. They gave away 3, I believe. Thought that was so cool. And and then they just basically just tried to create the vibes with everybody. They played a lot of party records, party anthems, shouted out some well-known cities, and people of course was if that was their city or whatever. And I thought it was good. It was a nice way to set the moment for the event. I really did enjoy that. Okay, so when you finish registration, everybody gets a swag bag. All the bags were different from what I understand. They first give you a t-shirt, and it says their catchphrase, where the Melanators celebrated, BRBF 2026. I thought this was so cute. My shirt is a large. Okay. And so we got those. And then here is the swag bag right here, and it says the same thing, but the Melanators celebrated. Really cute. And then inside the bag, everybody got a random book. My book was The Princess and the P.I. by Nikki Payne. I've already put it on my shelf. It's right here. This is the book I got. Some of the girls trying to trade books out. Like one of the girls was like, she went to so many different people and was like, hey, do you have Cleopatra by Sarah Ellery? She wanted that book. And so she wanted to trade it out with anybody that had that book, because she wanted to read it, which I want to read that book too. But this book was already on my TBR, so I wanted to read it anyway, so that's dope. But they gave everybody a random book. Let me put it back on my shelf here. In addition to some of the merch vendors, they also had some booksellers there as well. So I was able to buy from 44th and 3rd, I was able to buy The Best Man book by Malcolm D. Lee right here. And then I was also able to buy Jaquel J's book, Rich and Rotten. I bought these from the 44th and 3rd bookstore while I was there. Malcolm D. Lee was at the event. I think he was there Saturday only. I don't think he was there on Sunday, so I missed him. So I didn't get him to sign this. But I do want to read this book soon. That's why I picked it up. And hopefully I can get to it. I don't know if I'm going to get to it in 2026. We'll see. We'll see if I can or not. But I did see some of the panels that he was on during his time there, and it looked like it was a lot of fun. I didn't get to attend any panels like I wanted to, but that's okay. like I said, I still had a nice time. Let me go ahead and put this book back in here. This book is thin, so let's put this book back, put it back in here. Okay, awesome, perfect. Okay. So yeah, but as far as the book bag goes, the swag bag, it's so many different goodies in here, from pins to a water bottle right here, which I thought was really cute. It says Black Romance Book Fest. Thought that was cute. My dog is over here being nosy. Let's see, there's a whole bunch of like notepads, bookmarks, of course, pins. There's also a gold necklace they gave us. It said Bookish on it. I don't believe everybody's bags were exactly the same. There was some variety from what I understand, what people have been posting online. There's some notepads. Here's a clothespin right here. It says In Love with Trouble. And a whole bunch of like business cards from different vendors that were there. Here's a blindfold. It says Book to Travel. Thought that was cute. And then what I did is I put a lot of little trinkets and stuff I got from different authors. I just threw them right here in the swag bag. Here's a candle right here. Little notepads and things, stickers and things, artwork cards and things they gave us. I thought that was cool. Here's the necklace that says Bookish right there. I thought that was really, really cute. So yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. Here's the packet of tissue that Danielle Allen gave me. I thought that was so funny. I might just keep it just because she gave it to me. But yeah, a whole bunch of little cute little things, cute little knickknacks. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, and they also gave us this like booklet. It says BRBF 2026. It has all the different vendors in here, as well as the different authors as well, and content creators. So like right here for the content creators, they have the pictures of all of them, and they also have a little blank space below. So if you met your favorite content creator, you can have them sign, which I thought that was cool. And they did the same thing in here for the authors as well, and the narrators too. Like right here's all the narrators, which they did have a narrator panel. I missed it. I was trying to get to Kennedy Ryan. She was the last author that I wanted to see. And me and her line, while I was in her line, the narrator panel was going on at the same time. But that's okay. I got to see them. Like I saw a few of them that I like walk past, but I didn't get to go in there and meet them or attend the panel. But yeah, that's so dope. I really enjoyed this. I love that they had this in all of our bags. I'm definitely gonna keep this as a keepsake, as a souvenir. So yeah, love that. So yeah, that was pretty much all that occurred on Friday. Prior to the registration, Jacquel J had a pre-order pickup, I believe, of the author, Jacquel J. And then it was the registration and the welcome mix for the most part. That's pretty much what all went on Friday. Things didn't really start kicking off until Saturday and Sunday. Saturday for me was the most overwhelming. It was the most crazy, the most chaotic, because it was just, again, so many people. It was a lot. It was a lot going on. I honestly think that they didn't know that the space was going to be as small as it was, because it was a big, beautiful hotel. It's just that due to the number of people, we were pretty much at capacity on each of the floors that we were on, each of the meeting rooms that we were on. It was people everywhere, and so I was able to meet some authors that I love, whose work I have and love, and that was a lot of fun. I was, even though I had the seating chart on the app, I'm not all that good with directions. I'll be honest. So I was still overwhelmed with everything, because there was just so many moving parts, so many things going on at the same time. I primarily was in book signing lines the whole time I was there, because that was the main reason why I went, was to get some books signed, buy some books, and get some of my books that I brought from home signed. So yeah, that was, it was a lot, but nevertheless, it still was fun. It still, again, it did not damper or, make the trip bad or anything. It still was a nice time. I did have another little hiccup when I went to a certain author's line. I wasn't sure I was going to get in that line, because I was like, who else is in that room? But the line was so long. I was like, again, I don't want nobody thinking I'm cutting them like those previous girls. And there was a set of girls, I was sitting outside the line, and there was a set of girls who was like, girl one said something to girl two, and then girl two said, I don't know, but she need to go sit down somewhere. And I was just like, what? And my immediate thought was to get ignorant. That was my immediate thought. But I thought to myself, was like, I didn't come all the way from out of town to get into an argument and be ignorant. I'm not going to do that. Okay, then nobody would have a good time. So I just left that area immediately when I, felt the vibes were not there. it's unfortunate sometimes when you're in a room full of women, how some women can be very, side eye or catty. I don't really like that because I'm a girl's girl. I always have been. You know what I'm saying? I want us all to win. Okay. So yeah, that was unfortunate. But again, it didn't ruin my time. It didn't ruin my trip. But yeah, I didn't really like that. But yeah, I went over to another author who I wanted to see and meet, which was Danielle Allen. And she was so nice. I was in her line for about 20, 25 minutes, give or take. I was in her line for a short amount of time. It wasn't crazy, but something just kept telling me, stay in Danielle Allen's line. So I did. I just had this little voice in my head that was like, stay here, stay in Danielle Allen's line. I did. And I wasn't even in line that long. I was in line about 30 minutes. So I thought that was really, really cool. The fact that I was able to meet her. I'm looking at my rotating bookshelf over here. I was able to get a special edition copy of A Broken Clocks, which I thought was dope. I have not read this book yet. I do want to get her 3-book series, Curvy Girl Summer, the Curve series. I do want to get that soon. Hopefully I can. But she was so nice. She gave such a warm, personable hug that I was not expecting, but it was so nice and so wonderful to see and talk to her. I'll insert her picture here from when I saw her. But yeah, she was so nice. And this is a hardcover, of Broken Clocks. And like I said, I haven't read this yet. She did tell me that if I do choose to immersive read this with the audiobook, that there is bonus content in here. So the audiobook will stop and the book will keep going since it is a special edition. So I was like, oh, okay, then. So I was very excited to meet her. And she was like, now look, this book is kind of, sad. So if you need to talk to somebody around, make sure you DM me, okay? And I was like, yes, ma'am. She was so nice. She was so personable. I was so glad that I was able to get something from her. And as luck would have it, a few steps away from her was Elle Kaysen, which was one of my, favorite urban romance authors. So I was able to meet her as well. So as you can tell while I'm doing this, I'm doing my little, book haul as I'm doing this. Okay. But yeah, a few steps away from her was Elle Kaysen. I was so excited about that because I did want to see Elle Kaysen. She was on my list. I was able to buy the 3 books in her Welcome to Emancipation series right here. So here is Reel's Love, and then we have Reluctant Love, and then we have Rekindled Love. So I was able to get these 3 books. What are you doing? Nosy Nelson. Move, JC. But yeah, I was able to pick up these 3 books while I was there. The 4th book in this series comes out in a few days. Yeah, it comes out in a few days. So I have to cop that book to complete my collection. So I thought this was dope. I was able to get these. Obviously they were on my TBR. She did personally sign them to me. It says Brianna, May Real Love always find you, Elle Kaysen. I believe the May Real Love always find you was already in the book and she just personalized it, put my name in there. So I thought that was dope. I do want to eventually get, she's one of my favorite urban romance authors, so I do want to get all of her work eventually. Hopefully I can. I did take Demon's Dream with me to get signed. So as you can see, it's right here. This is my personal copy. As you can see the tabs, this is my copy that I bought. I didn't buy it at the festival. So I was able to get one of her customized bookmarks for it. And then she signed this one, Brianna Buckle Up, Elle Kaysen. And I thought that was dope, even though I already read this book a couple times. But yeah, I thought that was amazing that I was able to get that signed by her. And she was so nice. She said I was patient, but so was she. She was very patient with everything that was, going on. I was just so happy to meet her. Insert her picture here. But yeah, she was so nice. And it was very easy to get through her line. There was no issues or anything like that, anything of the sort. So let me go ahead and put these books back up here. So yeah, what I'm going to have to do though is I'm going to have to move these books around though, because for me, I feel like some of my books that are part of series, they take up space. So if there's a book series that is 3 books or more, I'm moving it to my chest over there, my dresser chest, to get them out of the way if it's part of a series. So yeah, that was cool. That was very fun. Who else did I meet? I met Natasha Bishop. I actually met her walking. She was walking in the lobby and I stopped her. She was talking to another attendee who had a copy of Only for the Week, and she like diamond studied it. So once she left that lady, I immediately was like, "Hi, Natasha Bishop. Hi." I was like, Can you sign my book? It's so nice to meet you." And she did. She did sign my copy of Only for the Week. It's right here. So this is the second book that I took with me to get signed. I told her how much I love the book. It was short and sweet, and I loved how Black it was. And she signed it, Brianna, Choose Yourself, Natasha B, right there. I thought that was dope, because I recently just bought the second book in this series, the Forever Falling series, The Art of Loving You. I just recently bought that book, so I have that one up there with that book. My books are organized by genre and author. So, but yeah, I thought that was so nice. I was able to see her. She was like, "Brandon, do you have a pen?" I was like, "Yes, I do." She's like, "Have a marker?" I was like, "Yes, I do." So she was able to sign my book. I thought that was nice. And also I had a picture with her. So insert that picture here. Yeah, she was very nice. The next author that I was able to see while I was there, let's see, it was Aubrey Penn. Aubrey Penn's line was hella long. Okay, she had a lot of people in her line, and I really wanted to get some more special editions of her book, but I was only able to get this one, which is Homecoming Season, and has all of the books in this one book, and it's a paperback. But it's so beautiful too. I mean, look at the cover. It feels nice as well. If you could feel it, it feels really nice. And then look at these pages. Like, hold on. Look at these pages. Like, that is a beautiful book. It's so beautiful. I saw it sitting on the desk. It was towards the front, the Homecoming Season. And I was like, "Which homecoming is this?" And she said, "Yes." She was like, "Excuse me, yes, ma'am." I asked her again. I was like, "Which homecoming is it?" She said, "It's all of them." And I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "Can I get that, please?" And she was like, "Yeah." And she checked me out really quick. I didn't get a picture with her, but she was very nice. I'm trying to get through Aubrey Penn's catalog this year. Well, not get through it, but start it. I want to at least start on her catalog this year, and I wanted to make sure I got at least one book from her table. But yeah, this book is so gorgeous. Yes. I love this. I love special edition books. They're so pretty. So yeah, it was nice meeting her. Let's see, who else did I meet? I also met Zane, the amazing queen of erotica herself, Zane. I didn't have one of her books, and I'm kicking myself that I didn't, because honestly, I didn't think I was going to get to her, because she's so well known. She's one of the OG, authors. So I didn't think I was going to get to her. So that's why I wasn't really trying to bring a book for her to sign, because I didn't think I was going to get through her line. But I'm proud to say I was wrong. Insert that picture here. So I had her sign my tote bag, which I did bring my tote bag with me, but I was so overwhelmed I forgot to pull it out. So Zane did sign my tote bag. She was just going through the line. She said thank you. She was nice, but she looked like she was ready to go. She looked tired, like she was ready to go. But she's also older, so, but she was nice. And a lot of people, her line again was long, because she's so, legendary. We love Zane. She's great. So it was really nice to meet her. If I do go next year, I want to make sure to at least bring one or two of her books so she can sign them. But she was nice. It was really cool to meet such an OG author like Zane. That was nice. Let's see. I do have a couple more authors that I did get a chance to meet. Let me grab those books real quick. Hold on. Also, I did meet authoress Masterpiece. I did not get a picture with her, but she's just as beautiful online as she is in person. I was able to pick up 3 of her books. I got The Fifth Kings 1 and 2 right here. So these books have been on my never-ending TBR, and I always wanted the physical books. So I was able to buy those from her. She was another one. Again, she was so nice. So I was able to buy those while I was there. And also one of her latest releases, A Don's Love, The Bonetti Family. I was able to go ahead and purchase this one while I was there as well. And she did personalize one of them. Let me see. I think is it Filth Kings? Yeah, she put 2 Brianna in the Filth Kings book. So I thought that was awesome. But yeah, so she also put in A Don's Love as well. Oh, and there's a bookmark in here. I didn't know this was in here. But that's her. She's so beautiful. But yeah, she put 2 Brianna in that one as well. And yeah, I thought that was dope. So I got to get into these books soon. Put those up there. And I also bought Jacques J's Rich and Rotten. I cannot get through her line. Her line is hella long. Each day it was, people love her. and I need to get into her catalog soon enough. So I wanted to eventually buy her books, but they're always sold out all the time. And she even said recently that she's no longer doing pre-orders ever. So I guess, you know, a few bad apples spoiled the bunch on that. But anyway, I am planning on getting into her catalog soon. So I went ahead and bought this one while I was there. I didn't get a chance to meet her, obviously, but I did want to buy one of her books. Another author that I got a chance to meet that I love is Lady Nisha. Insert her picture here. When it comes to Lady Nisha, oops, my bad. When it comes to Lady Nisha, I was able to take Losing Control and get it signed. This is the indie copy. I am going to get the trad copy eventually. But I had this copy with me. So this is my personal copy. As you can see all the tabs. This is my copy that I brought from home to get signed. And she signed right there. She said, Brianna, thank you so much, Nisha. As you can see that right there. Again, so nice. And even with being pregnant, she was a trooper. Okay. She went through that line. Saturday, her line was the worst because that was the most busy, most crowded day. So I didn't get to see her until Sunday. I saw Elle Kaysen Saturday. And Danielle Allen Saturday, and I think everybody else I saw on Sunday, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, this is her Lose Control from the Trad book that was published recently. So I went ahead and put that in the book. But that was cool to talk to her. And the picture should be up on the screen if I have not. I think I just said that, but if not, it's on the screen. But yeah, that was nice. It was so nice meeting her. So I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, I'm going to purchase the trad copy, but I wanted to bring the copy that I had, the indie copy. And I was also able to purchase Problematic Volume 1 while I was there. I have not read this yet. This is a book that's high up on my TBR that I want to read before year 2026 is over. So I was able to pick this up while I was there. Yeah, it's so pretty. I know that there's a lot of drama in this book. I wanted to get the special edition of Finally Famous. By the time I got up to her line, she was sold out. So I was like, darn it. So I'm going to have to stalk her website and see when she has more Finally Famous back in stock. I know that, like I said, she's pregnant at this moment. So we'll have to see. I'll just have to stalk her page and figure out when she's going to post that. But yeah, I'm so glad I was able to pick this up while I was there. This is dope. Let's see who else. Oh yeah, there's a couple more. There's a couple more authors that I was able to see and meet. J.L. Seegers, another one. All her stuff sold out by the time Sunday came around. So she was just doing, book signings of books you already had and meeting people on the last day on Sunday. So I have her indie copy of Restore Me right here. This is my favorite out of the New Haven series for her. And she was another one, just so nice, so personable. Insert picture here. Again, I am going to purchase the trad copy of Restore Me because the New Haven series, actually, I want to purchase the whole thing because all the books are so colorful, so beautiful, and all of the indie books have this, black and white color scheme going. And I want to purchase the new trad books as well. But this is my favorite so far out of the series. I have read 4 out of the 6 books, so I have 2 more books to go in this series. But this one so far is my favorite. So she put in there to Brianna, you deserve it all. And then she put her signature over her name right there. Okay. When I got to her table, she was like, oh, you got the indie. You got the, okay. And I was like, you're so silly. But yeah, again, I gave her an overflow of compliments. I love how she writes. I love how she sets the scene. She's very descriptive. She's very vivid. I love how she does inner monologue. I told her all of this. I just wanted to give her an overflow of praise. And, I was like, if there was if you had to look up a dictionary author who's so vivid and with imagination, I was like, it's definitely you. And she was like, oh, So, yeah, I thought that was nice when you can read an author's work and then, give the praises directly to the author. And even though she ran out of stuff, her line's still long. So we all love J.L. Seeger. She's so dope. So I'm glad that I was able to take this one with me and get it signed. And then the last one that I met was the amazing Kennedy Ryan. Okay. Kennedy Ryan because of where they had her sitting on Saturday, it was towards the door. And Kennedy Ryan is well known. So her line was so long. I mean, everybody knows and loves Kennedy Ryan. So what they did was on Sunday, they moved Kennedy Ryan and Jacquel J to different separate rooms outside of the ballrooms because they just, they're so well known and it's just so much going on and they had to move them. So they were like, they put it on their Instagram. They was like, if you want to see Jocko Jug, Kenny Ryan, this is where Jocko is going to be. This is where Kenny Ryan's going to be if you want to see them. So it wasn't as bad because everything was just more spread out, not as chaotic on Sunday versus Saturday. Saturday was a mess. But as far as the Skyland series for Kenny Ryan, Before I Let Go is my favorite. So this is the book, my copy that I brought from home because I love this one the best out of the 3 in the Skyland series. So I had her sign this one. Her signature is right here. She just put my name up there, Brianna, and then she signed right there. I thought that was dope. Okay. I did recently purchase her latest release, Score. I will get into that eventually because I do want to read that. But she's another one that I love, that she writes about romance, but she also has different issues that are also interwoven within the romance story. I know her newest book touches on bisexuality, mental health, bipolar, and some other things. So I can't wait to get into Score. Hope I can get to that soon enough. But yeah, this is a book that I finished. I finished the whole Skyland series, and I love this one the most. She was very nice. When I walked up, I said, "Oh my gosh, Kennedy Ryan," and she said my whole name. I was like, "Well, you want to be formal. I might know who you are, but you don't know who I am. You know what I mean? So want to be nice, want to be formal." And I was able to hold a conversation with her for a couple minutes. Yeah, she was very nice, and I thanked her. I was like, "Thank you so much for all that you do in the book community, like truly." And she gave everybody a hug. Well, she asked. She was like, "Do you do hugs?" And if you say yes, she will reach in to give you a hug. And just like Danielle Allen, it was a real warm, hearty, personable hug. And I really did appreciate it. It was so nice to finally meet her. It was awesome. I really, really did enjoy my time meeting Kenny Ryan. Those are all the authors that I actually met. Kenny Ryan's picture should be on the screen if I haven't put it up already. It was nice. It was such a nice event. I was able to meet one of my TikTok girlfriends, Kiva, there, and so we were able to go through her line. Oh my gosh, no, I'm wrong. I'm mistaken. I met another author, Christina C. Jones. I was able to meet her as well. I almost forgot about her. Oh my God. And I love Christina C. Jones. Insert picture here. She was another one that was so nice. So nice. She was probably one of the most, her line was long because she's amazing. But hers was probably the most organized, I think. One of the most organized lines out of all the authors that I was able to see and interact with. Hers is probably the most organized. When I was with her, I asked her, I said, "How are you doing?" I tried to be very, personal. Like, I know that a lot of people just like sign my book and here, but I was just like, "How are you doing? Like, how are you really doing?" I wanted to really talk to her. And so she was like, "I'm tired, but I'm having fun." I was like, "I understand." So I bought 2 books from her while I was there. I bought Hostile Takeover, Blackwood Billions, book 1. I have not read this. I know it's a billionaire romance. So I wanted to get my hands on this. And I also bought, in addition to this, I bought the Vegas Collection, number 4, After Hours, because it has the 3 books in it that I've already read. Maybe next time, maybe this time, and maybe one more time. A mutually beneficial arrangement I have not read. I need to read that one. So the last book in here I actually haven't read, but these 3 I read on audio because it was a full cast audio experience. It was so good too. So I was like, I have to get the actual physical book for my collection. And the way this book feels, it's so dope. So as you see, it says number 4. So now I have to get 1 through 3, which on her site they're like $55 a piece. Which, I mean, these are beautiful books. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful book. And again, she was another one that was just so nice. And she did sign right there. And she said, "For Brianna XO CCJ," right there. But I got this one because I already read 3 of the books in this series via audio. And yeah, I need to get the rest so I can have the complete collection. But yeah, the thing with CCJ, Christina C. Jones, her book catalog is long. It's so long. She has been an indie author for so many years. So it's hard to get through her catalog because it's long. She has a lot of books, a lot. But yeah, she was another one I was so grateful to meet. She was so gracious. She was so nice. So I'm going to definitely get the rest of the books in this series. I hate when I get a book in a series and I can't get all of them at the same time, because then it just looks so incomplete on my shelves. And I'm just like, I need the rest. But yeah, so I can't wait to get the rest of the books for this. I'm going to put this down here with my Christina C. Jones books, which are right there. So put all those together. But yeah, and then me and my friend Kiva, we ate on Sunday. We ate in the hotel. There's this like sports restaurant in the hotel. We ate there, and that was pretty dope. And the thing is that people don't like to follow rules, but I mean that's okay. I mean, but they told them online, the attendees, not to line up before 8:00. People was lining up, for what I understand, what I saw online, they lined up like at 6. And I was just like, guys, they told you not to do that. Which we didn't go down there at that time. We went down, it was after I think 9 or 10 o'clock when we went downstairs. Because my friend Kiva was staying in the hotel. And I was not. I was staying about maybe 20 minutes away or so. But I did meet her in her room in the hotel, and we went downstairs. But yeah, Saturday was way more smoother than Sunday. And even though I, said that the space was very confined, which it was because of all the people, they are going to do the event again in 2027 at the Atlanta Marquis, I believe is the name of the hotel they're doing it at next year. This year was at the Omni. Next year is at the Atlanta Marquis. And it's supposed to be one of the biggest hotels in Atlanta. But from one of the recent posts I saw, the crew did say on their page that they are not increasing the number of tickets. It's still going to be 3,000 tickets. It's just going to be a bigger venue, a bigger place, a bigger location. So I thought that was cool. So overall, I think I had a nice time. It was great. Like I said, it's my first festival. So yeah, I had a really, really nice time. All the authors were nice. All the authors were kind. Yeah, I had a really good time. I don't regret anything. I regret nothing. It was nice. So the question would be, Brianna, would you go again? Would you go to Black Romance Book Festival 2027? And the answer to that right now is I don't know. Because like I said, I was just overwhelmed with all those people. It was just so much. It was just a lot going on. It was kind of anxiety inducing, to be honest, with all of those people. With them moving to a bigger venue, I'm sure that's going to help a ton. But yeah, the answer is I don't know. At first I said no, to be honest. I was like, one and done. I can say I went once, had a nice time, one and done, we're good. But now, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure, because I did have a nice time. And then as I kept thinking about it, as the days went on, when I got back home, I was like, I really want some more special edition books. And the thing is that a lot of authors, they don't sell the books, some of the special edition books on their site. You could only get them at certain events. So it's like, And then, with a lot of authors, it helps doing pre-orders, because a lot of authors had their pre-orders ready, set, ready to go for any of the customers that did pre-orders, which was great. In addition to the authors, they also had lots of different vendors there selling lots of different merch, from, pop sockets for your Kindle, from t-shirts to earrings to necklaces. One vendor was like a champagne. Was it wine or champagne? I can't remember. I don't drink. I don't know. It was one of the two. I think it was champagne, but it was like chocolate flavored champagne, and people said that they liked it. But yeah, it was just so much going on. Kudos to all of those people in the crew that put this event together, because I know it was not easy. It was not an easy feat. And what I will say in regards to the crew is that anything that they could, any issues that they could fix, they did attempt to, and they were very active in regards to, like, example with Jacquel J and Kennedy Ryan. When they realized that they were pretty much having the most traffic, they was like, okay, we got to move them. We got to move them somewhere else. And they did that. That's how, because it was crazy on Saturday, Sunday, they were moved. They were like, we have to move them somewhere else so the traffic can move along a little bit more smoother. Even with the traffic with the attendees in general, they ended up, like on Sunday, they ended up putting tape markers on the floor so the line would move along a little bit more smoothly. I thought that was cool. So kudos to them. And you know what? It's their second year. This is only the second time that they've done this festival. So I am going to give them a little grace. Okay. I'm not going to straight up just bash them, because I ain't never put an event like that together of that magnitude. So I will definitely not be the one who will be bashing them. I mean, not at all. I think that the event was great. I had a nice time. Overall, my experience was great. And that was my first time in Atlanta as well. And I was grubbing the whole time I was there. The only food that was just okay was the food in the hotel. It wasn't nasty. It's just that I had a burger and it was not seasoned. It needed something on it. It needs a little something. But overall, the event went well. I was able to ship my books back home because I only bought 14 books. Also, in addition to that, because they had a FedEx inside of the Omni. But the thing is, they closed at 4, and the last event on the last day on Sunday was over at 4:50. So a lot of people were not able to utilize the FedEx department in the building because, they closed early. So that sucks. I fortunately was, though. I was able to use them to send my books back home. But some of the attendees, they drove to Atlanta, so they were able to take their books back home with them. And then some people had to go to different locations. Oh, excuse me. Different locations to ship their books back. And I thought that was crazy. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Black Romance Book Festival. Its second year. I really enjoyed it. Had a good time. If there's anything in particular that I have not answered that you would like for me to answer, go ahead and leave those comments down below, and I will answer those as soon as I see them. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. It means a lot. It never goes unnoticed. I do greatly, greatly appreciate it. Until next time, y'all. Bye.